Okay, let's talk boxing, shall we? Massive night last night on talkSPORT, live and exclusive national radio commentary of Usyk against Joshua Part 2. Went to points. Usyk, for me, was the clear winner. I think one of the judges gave it a split decision. Not sure what fight he was watching, but we can react to it now. We've got Frank Warren and indeed Joseph Parker on the line. Very good evening to you guys.
Excuse me?
Sorry, Joe Joyce on the line.
Listen, I'll get his name right.
That's one of the questions. You know this.
Yeah.
I've not answered any questions.
I'll blame my producer. I basically read everything that's put in front of me.
He's not the ordinary Joe. This is Joe. This is Joe Joyce.
He's not little Joe.
It's Joseph Joyce here.
What did you guys make of that fight last night live on talkSPORT?
What we'll make of it, I thought the decision was the correct decision. I thought that judge was abysmal. Again, he won't be accountable, but he should be accountable for his actions. How he had it going into the 7th round with AJ 5 rounds up is beyond me. I thought Usyk well won the fight, albeit I thought Joe Joyce fought much better than he did the last time. He showed more heart, more desire than he did last time. At the end of the day. Sorry?
You mean AJ?
You mean AJ, yeah? Sorry, AJ.
We're all at it. We're all at it.
Because I was trying to think, did I miss that fight? Getting me at it. It's all I keep thinking about. The next promotion, 24th of September, Joe Joyce. No, I thought
not Joseph Parker. Anyway,
no, forget it. I thought it was. I thought he'd done it. I thought he'd done what he had to do. Usyk. He boxed him. He got clipped with a big right hand, but he rode that storm, and his work was the more effective. He was getting a lot of the punches that AJ was throwing, he was like slipping them or taking them on his gloves, and he's done the business now. So he's there. He's got the 3 belts. He's out there now with no connections to any TV companies, with no obligations other than mandatories that are due to come up. But if we want to make the fight for the unification for the 4 belts, there's no problem in making that, except for trying to work out what how it's going to be funded.
Joe, I just want to ask you, you've obviously fought Usyk before in the amateurs, I believe. Now, how hard is it to hit this guy? When the first fight for me was very, very one-sided in Usyk's favour, and Anthony Joshua, everyone was saying come out and have a right go in the first 4 rounds, and it just, even though he tried, he just can't hit. How hard is it to hit this guy?
Well, since I fought him, he's come up. We've both come up in levels, and see, Usyk's put on more size, and he's a lot more cute, and the way he can, because he went to work straight away. He was slipping, he was moving his feet, and every time Joshua was throwing, he was blocking, and then coming back with more shot. Like you could see the speed difference as well. So Joshua's like 1 or 2, 3. Power shots, then Usyk will be coming back with some quick ones through the center, round the side, and he'd be ducking underneath, and then coming back at like different angles and mixing it up. So, and he's been very successful at that throughout the whole fight. And I mean, Joshua has definitely upped his game, like with his training and working with Robert Garcia. He's definitely had more offense this time round, and I thought it was a great fight to watch. I thought it was an amazing fight. I really enjoyed it. I was on the edge of my seat, especially when Joshua was throwing back and like he was trying to rough it up. He tried everything. He put his heart and soul into the fight, and Usyk was just a better man. He was quicker. He's more skillful, and the boxing brain and boxing science was just at another level. So he clearly won the fight.
See, I mean, what's up, fellas? I don't think it's as one-sided as Warren was saying. I thought it was closer than what some of the people have been talking. I felt, especially in round 9, where AJ's known to be a ferocious finisher, and would you agree or not agree that AJ has hurt Usyk more than anybody has hurt Usyk? Joyce, I'm not chatting about you. I didn't see the fight in amateurs, so I can't go off that.
No, he did land him with some good shots, and that's why I was like on the edge of my seat, because he did hit him with a really good right hand straight down the middle, some body shots as well. I think there was a bit of a low blow, one of them, but it was exciting to all the way through the fight. So, but then obviously the antics afterwards kind of like spoiled it for me a bit. But then when you've always been like the number one and at all times, and he's like being Mr. Big Boss Man and stuff, it's quite hard. He's got higher to fall, and that's probably why he was so emotional with all the work that he put into to the fight.
So he didn't do enough work. You're talking about throwing big shots. He threw a few big shots. They're not enough. You score. You got to score. While he's throwing these big bombs, all Usyk was doing was scoring. It wasn't a close fight at all. I don't know what fight you could have been watching.
No, I was watching the same fight as you. Both of you and Cookie, I was watching the same fight.
that was the only way I thought he could win is by a knockout.
So to be fair, I agree.
I don't think Joshua's got enough endurance to be throwing all them punches to win the rounds like that.
And also he stated that. And to be fair, I did want to touch on exactly what you said about the antics, or just after the fight. You know what I saw? I saw he was emotional. I saw that he wanted to win more than he's kind of, Joshua's very calm and collective, and, but it just all came out. So for me, what was your take on that? Because I literally saw, for me, he was raw emotion.
Before you answer that, guys, Anthony Joshua has tweeted in the last half an hour, and he says, yesterday I had to mentally take myself into a dark place to compete for the championship belts. I had 2 fights, one with Usyk and one with my emotions. Both, he says, got the better of me. I'll be the first to admit I let myself down. I acted out of pure passion and emotion, and when not controlled, it ain't great. I love this sport so much, and I'll be better from this point on. Respect. Frank, Joe, what did you make of it when he grabbed the mic?
First of all is, he talks about his past and some of the trials and tribulations, which a lot of people have a lot of baggage to bring in boxing. You go back to Sonny Liston's, you can talk about Mike Tyson's go all the way through it. But no one had more baggage in that fight than Usyk.
Good point.
His home was getting bombed.
Yeah, great point.
Family are there. It's being invaded. The country's been invaded, and and it's a dangerous place. And he had to train also during that. So give him some respect for that.
He did, though. He did. Look, you know what the worst thing is? I felt he did do that, though, no?
And the point is, AJ was emotional. But after the fight, I think he stormed out the ring because he thought he won the fight. He threw those belts down, and obviously either somebody said something or he's had second thoughts and come back. And I thought, what he was saying was raw. It was emotional, but a lot of it was a bit all over the place.
Fraser Clark said, Frank, on Sky, that his team let him down. Do you agree with that?
Well, if the team let him down, me, I would have said, look, it's not. You've done your best. Your best wasn't good enough. It's Usyk's moment now. That's how it is.
I mean, are you saying that they should have took the microphone?
I think in the fight where they were saying he was up on the rounds and stuff, there might have been a mistake. But maybe that's the way he kind of needs to be told, because if he could told he's down, then he might go headhunting or something. But I don't know. Maybe his team was seeing the fight differently as well. I'm not too sure.
I felt like he lacked a bit of class, actually, and then for the reasons Frank's just said, because Usyk has been through so much. It wasn't that long ago that he was fighting on the front line. That's baggage for you. That's emotional turmoil. And I do feel, Joe, that maybe by doing what he did, getting on the mic and that bizarre speech, quite frankly, did take the victorious moment away from Usyk. How would you have felt if you were Usyk?
Yeah, I was looking at Usyk's expression when Joshua is like, really, really, this is happening now, and it kind of, I could see what he's maybe, I don't know, the event got to his head, I think, and I could see what he was trying to do, but then he was kind of taking the tension away, and really, Usyk, but I guess he kind of, in the post-fight press conferences, kind of explained it a little bit more. This is Joshua, and then also Usyk did eventually get his time to speak as well.
But he did say what I found pretty bizarre about what he was saying when he talked about his problems when he was young, and he's basically saying Usyk had more experience than him. Yet as a heavyweight, he fought in world championships. He fought in the world championships. He's got a silver medal, got robbed. He's had a wealth of amateur experience. He won the Olympic gold medal for God's sake. I mean, that's not a bad resume to come into the professional game, and he's done very well as a professional.
Yep.
But it wasn't his night. It was not his night. And some fighters some fighters the other guy has have their numbers, and he 100% Usyk has his number.
Frank, there's one man on everyone's lips, and you know it is Tyson Fury. What do you expect to happen with Tyson? Will he come out of retirement and will he fight Usyk?
Well, he said himself he'll take the fight, and Usyk said he doesn't want any other fight except Tyson. I don't think there's a problem making that fight. Both camps get on very well together if we're going to go down that road. All it's going to be is how it's funded, because the financial expectations of both the boxers is very, very high.
Yeah.
And so
Tyson with $500 million.
I do think
That's what I heard. He said he wants $500 million to get him out his bed.
I think that I think obviously I'm sure.
And when them two are gone, I'm here for the repping UK.
Of course you are. You're
Absolutely. Joe, I can't have you on. Just going to quickly, Joe. How is your camp going? Obviously, September the 24th, you're fighting Joseph Parker. How do you expect that one to go? I can see you're extremely confident on that.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight. It's like the best for both of us, but it's going to be tough in places because Parker is so good, and and then it sets me up nicely, regardless of if Fury's going to come back or not. I want to fight Usyk next. If he's not, if Tyson's not going to do it, I'll do it, and I'll bring the belts back to the UK.
Brilliant stuff. There you go. You heard it here exclusively on
Fantastic.
talkSPORT.
Thanks,
Joe
fellas.
Joyce wants to fight Usyk.